Get a pop. Boom. Big shock. Boom.
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 Ooh.
Steve's on his phone. Steve, get off your phone. We've talked about
What?
this.
Wait, don't bite.
Do you guys have road rage?
No.
No?
I don't have typical road rage. I just
Yeah.
yell at people.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Audio Show, episode 3.
I don't yell at people that loud.
Wait, are we actually
Talking
recording?
about road rage today. So Dawson. Okay, anyway. Welcome back to the Audio Show, episode 3. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My name's John.
I'm Dawson.
I'm Steven.
We're just going to kind of hop right into this. How's everybody doing?
I'm pretty good.
It's like 10 p.m. It's been a big day.
Yep.
A little tired. Anyone got a little sleepy?
No, I'm ready to go.
Nah, Dawson's. Oh, listen. Put it in front of the mic.
If ever there was a sound to describe Dawson, that would be it.
That'd be it.
Actually, it'd be like a
be a
screw-off one. It wouldn't.
Oh, shoot. We didn't put that in episode 2. You had it in episode 1.
What?
Yeah, well, this one, his other
Well,
can was already
yeah,
open.
It was already open.
So,
Fair. You dropped the can in the last podcast. You're
did,
good.
yeah.
Cans are still making sounds.
mm-hmm.
What's your guys' dream car?
Dream car?
Yeah.
Fully built 1998 Subaru WRX.
Oh.
Why is that?
Because it's a beast of a car. All-wheel drive. Sounds pretty. Goes fast. Can get through stuff. Fun car. Looks sweet too. Black it out. Murder it out.
Makes sense.
Beautiful
Ooh.
car.
Nice.
At least Steve. Guys, we're 4 minutes into we're like 2 minutes in.
I don't really have a favorite car. Or like a dream car.
I think all
If it-
cars are created equal.
No, all
cars
cars
Our
are
lives
not.
matter.
All car lives do not matter.
Dude, Steve
What?
is just Steve's kill shot right
All
now.
cars
We're
are
no
not
longer
created
friends.
equal.
Man. He didn't say
But-
anything about your car.
Yeah,
He said all cars.
He didn't. He said all cars are not created equal. So
they're not created equal.
like
He
you
said
can.
all car lives don't matter. We have this recorded.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay, favorite
it's
car.
there.
Dream
favorite
car.
and dream car. Something that is really smooth to drive and gets pretty decent gas mileage.
Man just wants a Prius.
I don't really care about much.
Priuses aren't smooth drives, though.
I wouldn't say I'm a big, I want a big old truck and just be sitting on the road, but
Well, I'm a
Sitting
big
on the
Ford
road.
truck with a beer in my hand, and I just want to be listening.
I don't think that's legal.
yeah, it's not. Unless it's not open.
Is it legal to
then you
have it
can.
in your hand?
No,
If
you're not allowed to have any open container in your hand while
But
you're
if
driving.
it's closed.
If it's closed, I'm talking a root beer bottle, completely closed, in your hand.
root beer doesn't count because it's not alcoholic.
Hey, well, this is for everyone, and I feel like our audience.
I don't know.
We can talk about it.
I know you're not allowed to have your phone even in your hand or on
Is that
if
what
you're
it
in
is?
your car and parked. Like
I
your car cannot even be on and it's still illegal to
I
have
feel
your
like
phone
that's
in your
wrong.
hand.
I'm gonna
Really?
fact check you right now. I feel like in Michigan,
That's
it's like you
crazy.
can't text and drive, and it's like they say try not to dial your phone, and it's like
Well,
try it. No, because I just did. Okay,
cops
I just
don't,
did the constructive drivers course. Because I gotta.
You can say cops.
The policeman, the kind
police officers,
police.
they don't really care about whether you're like calling someone on the phone, but it is like a law that you're not allowed to even have your phone in your hand. It's just like not one of the enforced laws.
But it'd only be like enforced if you were driving like recklessly, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But like if you're just like driving and then you're on your phone.
Driving laws.
Yeah.
In Michigan.
I know that if you are a trucker, then you cannot have your phone while you're driving. Like You can't text, you can't call, you can't do anything.
They
Nothing.
say for Michigan motorists, there are no restrictions on talking on a cell phone while driving. So you can talk on the phone.
Unless you're a trucker.
And I assume
Unless
that
you're a trucker.
requires dialing, right? Because most people can't say they have hands-free. Talking on a typically, level 1 or 2 license. Okay, so it's 17 and under. Talking on a cell phone while driving is prohibited, except while using a voice-operated system integrated
Mhm.
in the vehicle. So if you're under 18, you can't even be touching your phone.
Yep.
And if you're above
Wow.
that, you can dial, but it looks like that's it. And anyone operating a commercial vehicle or school bus talking on the phone while driving is generally prohibited, except when using hands-free.
So
Interesting.
Steve's dream car would be like a Buick Enclave. It's a nice ride,
Sure.
good gas mileage, looks pretty.
All I know
not
is that like
big.
when I drive my Buick right now, like it feels nice. And then when I drive other people's cars, like it doesn't feel nice. Like it's very touchy and just
If we're going
kinda-
like over the top, if
crazy.
you want a smooth ride, Rolls Royce
That's in all
or
of
a
our
Bentley.
budget. You know
Yeah, I could
Steve's got
definitely
that
buy one
Chick-fil-A
right now.
money.
definitely buy me a Royce.
I could see you rolling around in a Bentley.
A Bentley?
Yeah.
What kind?
I don't know.
The only thing I think
Just
of,
any Bentley, really.
aren't they like kind of like supercars? Or am I thinking of something
No,
else?
no.
They're a very high-end luxury
Yeah,
car.
very luxury,
What
not
am I thinking
supercar.
of? I'm just thinking of Top Gear.
thinking-
There was a certain episode where they all picked like a supercar and then went on like a U.S. tour with them or something. I
I've
thought one of
watched-
them picked up Bentley. Maybe
No.
I'm
I think there are
of something
Bentleys that you
else.
can
Soup
put
up.
money into to make them technically supercar class. Because a supercar, I mean, you could turn any car into a supercar. It's like a horsepower gauge.
Okay.
So like
What's the definition of a supercar?
a supercar, a lot of
Hold
people think a supercar is like a Ferrari 458 or like a McLaren P1, but those are actually hypercars.
Hold up, I got this. Define supercar.
Here are some details.
That ain't
Google
Siri.
does it again.
That ain't Siri.
That ain't my Australian Siri. I don't know what
But
that
no, a
is.
supercar is like a car with a certain amount of horsepower stock, but there's also little things like you can turn like a Volkswagen Golf into a supercar if you upgrade it because you hit that horsepower mark.
But that's not at
To
its
the-
stock
to the-
horsepower.
Yeah, no, but it technically would be a supercar class car.
Oh, it's just the class. Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. I
But
got you.
everybody thinks like, oh, like I'm gonna get in my
A Porsche
Bugatti.
911.
My Bugatti's a supercar. No, that is a hypercar.
Yeah.
Hypercars and supercars are
I think
different.
most of us won't have the issue of confusing what our Bugatti is, what class our Bugatti falls into.
I'm just letting people know that when you call a Ferrari 458 or a 488 a supercar, it is not. It is a hypercar.
So just call every car a hypercar from now on, just in case.
Or a potential hypercar,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
apparently you could make any.
Yep.
So.
Or a lemon. It's either one or the
Or-
other.
for sure, for sure.
Lemon?
Yo,
yeah,
so
a lemon's
so
like a car that breaks down all the time.
speaking of lemons,
Gotcha.
speaking of lemons, I want to talk about dreams.
Wait, what's
What?
your dream car?
Oh, my dream. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is all rolling in very well. Everything's about dreams. My dream car, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very boring answer, but like I could see myself. I feel like if I'm in a very financially
He's gonna
stable,
say GTR.
I don't really want one anymore.
Oh dang.
I like them. They're a little too big and muscly for me, personally. I think I would.
Muscly.
When I want to, if I like get very financially secure where I can have 2 vehicles in my life, I would love to have like a Jeep Wrangler that you can take the doors off in the summer.
Ooh.
Would be great. And then also just have like a nice, kind of a good balance between sports and comfort. Probably somewhere like I don't even know, an AMG. I don't know. I don't love
Just an
Mercedes.
AMG. Yeah, no
Just
biggie.
an AMG. No, it's
Just
just
a Mercedes AMG.
I don't. Yeah.
Also, a GTR is not a muscle car.
Okay, it's
It is
muscly.
a JDM. It is
looking.
it is a Japanese drift machine.
It's a big boy.
It's not a muscle car.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
I actually
Tokyo
saw a GTR last week.
We probably
That's
shouldn't talk
sweet.
about cars. I get
I
very
mean, I don't know anything about cars.
I get very worked up about cars.
This is where we differ. Like
All right.
Dawson can talk on, and I'm just silent.
So speaking of silence, that's the sound you make when you're asleep.
The
It's also a
sound.
song.
Speaking of sleep, if you
silence.
throw back to episode 1 of the audio show, we brushed on that Steve has some pretty woke
Pretty woke dreams.
dream. So wait, dude,
It's an oxymoron.
tell us about some of your dreams. Tell us about
Dreams, whether it be while you're sleeping or what you want to do in your life.
I have no aspirations. Just kidding.
So-
He really doesn't.
Dreams, like
No, I'm talking like you go to bed. We
Like
talked
I'm
about you've
talking
had some
about
weird, pretty weird.
rapid eye movement hallucinations.
Is that what they are?
Maybe.
Hey guys,
It's-
are we
it's
living
been
in
a
a
minute.
simulation?
No.
Yes.
Do you think Elon Musk is right? Are we living in a simulation?
He's always right.
He's always right. Elon
He's
Musk
sending a
is
car to Mars. How can he not be right?
true. I feel like Dawson is a fantastic representation of the mindset of our generation.
Yeah.
He has to be right.
Yeah.
He's got a
what-
car going to
He's got a
Mars.
car going to Mars.
What shape do you think the
course.
Earth is, Steve?
It's flat.
I think it is a pentagon.
Why do you think it's a pentagon?
'Cause why not?
I got you. Have you ever been to one of the corners?
Nope.
Interesting.
Steve doesn't get out much.
Interesting.
Nope.
I think it's a globe. I think we're living on the inside.
No, that's
I think
crazy.
when you look up, you see the
you see
blue.
the other side.
If it's a globe, how does my car not? Why is my car not bent?
Yeah.
Why is it not bent? That's a very good question. I think that's the fault
Why
to
is it
blame the
flat?
car manufacturers. If they wanted the optimal performance in a car, it should be a little curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
See?
sure.
What's the deal, GM?
The world is.
Get it together.
So
Yeah,
I
GM,
think-
come on.
I think when or the sun, because it is a globe that we are living on the inside of, the sun is a projection on the other side. So we have some holographic technology going on that displays the sky. That's why when you look up, you don't see all the way to the other side.
It's getting way too intricate. I'm gonna sit back, relax, listen to John talk.
All right, Steve, dreams. Give us some crazy ones.
Crazy dreams? I mean-
dreams.
I've had all kinds. Like I I
The way
had
you
this
talked about this 2 weeks ago made it
super-
sound so much more interesting.
Oh, just wait.
Well, no, if I had a weird dream, I should really write them down, but at the same time I'm scared to write them down because like you can write down your dreams and then you'll start to notice parallels between them, and then you'll be in a dream and be like, "Oh, I know that this is a thing." And then you'll know that you're in a dream, and then you can get too in depth in that, and then you can get into like what's it called? Like where you're asleep, but then you like see the outside world, but then you can't move or anything.
Sleep paralysis.
I think they
Sleep
call that being
paralysis, yeah.
paralyzed.
That's my biggest fear is sleep paralysis. Like
Ooh.
being like waking up and like being in my room and just seeing something like freaky.
Whack.
Like I already see enough freaky stuff in my nightmares.
I only remember that from
don't
when I
want
was
that.
very little. That like,
I got a
did you ever have?
definition.
You woke up from like a very scary dream and you like try to scream or yell and you couldn't.
Sleep paralysis is when, during waking up or falling asleep, a person is aware but unable to move or speak. During an episode, one may hallucinate, hear, feel, or see things that are not there, which often results in fear. Episodes generally last less than a couple of minutes. It may occur as a single episode or be recurrent.
Yeah, but that's
scary.
I don't want to
Okay.
mess with any of
Oh
that.
wow! You
Like-
just took that. You're talking about episode 1. I took a dark turn. What did you just do?
Well, that's just straight up. If you
That's
mess with dreams, try to
It's
try to
it's like
control
when
them
you
and stuff.
wake a sleepwalking person. Like you can put them in a coma if you wake them up too vigorously.
Really?
Wow.
Hmm.
Anyway, some of your dreams. You always
I'm
talk about the
trying-
crazy ones, dude.
Well, I'm trying to think of like they're just so bizarre. It's like hard to talk about.
Yeah, they're weird.
Like I'll be like in a house with like a bunch of people, but then I won't remember who they are. I'll know them by sight, but then don't remember who they are, and then there'll be like an evil entity trying to get to us, and
Steve is living like in the 4th dimension.
it
There's
gets
some
like
whack
it
dreams.
gets nuts. Like breaking reality and
Wow.
Steve pretends he's Black Widow and does all these weird, like, grab someone with their legs and just
Oh, I
throw them on
forgot
the
about
ground.
that. That was fun.
That was like my favorite one that you told me.
That was dope. That was like, yeah, he did like the straight up Black Widow, like where you wrap your legs around and then use momentum and toss them. But I don't even remember that one. That was
Yeah.
My gosh.
that
Have
was
you guys?
sweet.
Have you ever had lucid dreams? Where like you know
Couple.
you're.
No, but I've heard it.
Oh my gosh.
By Juice World? What?
Yeah.
Have you like where you know you're in a dream and like you
Yeah.
almost like you know and so you control like you do things. I
Yeah.
had one time that I remember I was dreaming. And I
think that's
forget what I
playing
was
into
doing.
Sleep paralysis.
I was like swimming in the ocean and I was underwater
God.
for a really long time. And I was like suddenly I was like, wait, I couldn't do this. Like
Mhm.
I couldn't and I was like, I'm dreaming.
Nah, you just gotta believe in yourself, bro.
And then I woke up at the hospital because they found me in the ocean.
Yeah, lucid dreams are like I can never like fully control. Like I always think back to like the SpongeBob episode, and like that's not how it works.
Yeah, I've
unfortunately.
never had a
But-
fully like dream I could completely control, but I have one time that I remember that I like was aware that I was dreaming.
But like I'll have it sometimes where I'm aware and I'll like want to influence something, but like I won't.
You can't.
Like I can't. Like I remember
It's
one
like you
time.
can't run fast in your dreams.
Yeah.
You always run
And
slow.
you can't like do anything like crazy, like
Nope.
like fast reflexes or like. Well, you can sometimes, but not if
Not
it's like a
control it.
pressure moment.
Yeah.
Like if you need to do something, then you're just like stuck.
Dreams are weird when you think about it
They're
because
fun.
it's often first person, the most random stuff. Why does your brain come up with dreams in its subconscious? That's just like weird to me. Like why would it make sense that when the human body needs to rest and gain energy that like it just like it has to like display things or like, you know?
I think it has a lot to do with like when you get in a good REM cycle, which is like what happens when you sleep. Because my sister has problems with that, and she like doesn't dream because she doesn't get into a good REM cycle, and it's like toxins that go off in your brain that trigger different parts. It's weird.
Well, an ideal sleep cycle will obviously you start in phase 1, and then you go down, and like each different level of sleep has things attributed to it. Like level 1 is like when you're like almost gone. You just everything's like muted around you, and like you don't even really remember it. And then there's level 2, level 3, level 4, and then each one has like more. Like you're losing touch to what's happening outside of you, and then after level 4 is rapid eye movement, REM sleep,
REM.
and that's when you get the most rest out of a sleep. So like, for instance, if you want to take a nap but you don't know how long, like if you take a nap and you wake up and you're like, man, I'm super tired, it's probably because you may have only gone into like stage 3 sleep and then came back out and you didn't really get anything out of it.
Steve
So-
is a level 4 sleeper.
Yeah, so if
No doubt
you
about that.
advice for anyone who likes to take naps, which I'm actually not part of that group, but
Yeah, me neither.
figure out when, like what your sleep cycle is. So ideally when you want to wake up is as you're coming out, you'll get all the way down to rapid eye movement, and then you'll start to come back up. You'll go level 4, level 3, level 2, and then you'll be in level 1. And if you can wake up when you're in level 1, then that's how you feel the most refreshed.
Wow, I honestly, I think I've heard some of those terms like rapid eye movement. I have never like fully just listened or like understood that. That's crazy.
So if you want
Sleeping
to
is-
have a good nap, just set a timer. Like sometimes it'll be like 45 minutes for people to like be able to go from level 1 to REM sleep all the way back up to level 1. Sometimes it's longer. Like for me, I have no idea because I never take naps, but some people are just like, yeah, I know how long I can take a nap and I'll feel good. So if you don't know, just take a nap for 10 minutes, set a timer, wake up, feel like crap, take a nap for 20 minutes, and then keep doing that in increments of 10 until you find one that's like, man, I feel like I just had a full night's sleep and I
Wow.
only slept like
Yeah.
an hour.
Sleep is crazy because everybody just thinks it's like, oh, you close your eyes and you go to bed, but nope.
Every time I think about sleep, though, it freaks me out and I can't sleep. Like, when I'm in bed and I'm like, you legit just think, because we're used to living our lives, like, fully conscious. When you think, like, I'm about to close my eyes and this many hours are going to pass,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, what the heck? So then it just freaks
When
me
we
out
all
for a
fall
minute.
asleep, where do we go?
Where do we go? Where?
Billie Eilish. I want
Guest
to
on the
marry
podcast
her.
next week.
Dawson wishes.
Yeah,
I
Dawson.
really wish.
I
Billie
don't think we
Eilish
can
is
have
my
Dawson in the same room. I think he wouldn't be able to say a word.
Billie Eilish is my
Dumb
background
stroke.
on everything. Like, that's not even a lie.
Do you guys like sleep? Because I know, like,
Yeah.
some people who, like, just love sleep, can't wait to sleep. And I know
I
some
don't know. I
people
don't
who,
sleep
like,
a lot.
almost, like, hate sleep because it makes them feel weak and you're not getting stuff done, you know? Like, you rely on, like, your whoa, what was I about to say? On your body recharging.
I enjoy sleep, but
But then
too
it's, like,
much sleep
time
gets
waste.
whack. Like if I sleep
It's whack.
and like get like 6 hours or something, like I can wake up and be like, okay, that was good. But then once I get like into like 8 hours or like sometimes 10 hours, then that's when I start to have like the really weird dreams and not enjoyable when you wake up and you're like, man, what the heck was that?
When
So
you
you-
wake up and realize you just lived the life of a cricket.
See, being an insomniac, I don't sleep a lot, but like I can run. Like I could sleep for 3 hours and then go 24 hours feeling like
Mhm.
Yeah.
fully energized. It's really weird.
I can sometimes do that without being an insomniac, but that's just because I
I think
used to
part
work
of it
crazy
is-
hours.
Deals in like how much caffeine you consume, and your body has just adopted the fact that you've replaced
No, not
sleep.
even that though. Like when we had like our soccer tournaments and everything, like I mean, I'd sleep 2 hours the night before, and then I'd go play 7 games of soccer,
Mm-hmm.
and then be up till midnight that night as well. Like,
Jeez.
It's nuts.
it's
And
weird.
it goes into like
I'm OP.
Need to
Dawson's
be
a like a level 8 awaker.
Awoken male.
woken male.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 shout out right there.
I like the feeling of being really tired. Like I used to work like crazy hours and I'd like get up at like 4:30 and then go to bed at like 12 or 1 a.m. and like
3
when
a.m. on
you
a good night.
Call me at
when
3
you
a.m. telling me that I could be the one.
when you're awake for that long, it's like it just messes with your mind. Like it's weird because I'm not a very emotional person, and but then when I
It's just an
like
empty hollow.
am
man.
awake for a long time, then those emotions can trigger, and
I
it's
feel like
enjoyable.
That's most for you. I can see how that'd be, but I feel like for most people, it's like you get really tired, and then it's just that's why people say like don't like deal with like super serious stuff like at night because no one's emotions are like normal.
Oh, mine's all over the place. It's awesome.
I really like the feeling of like when you're tired and you like lay in bed and it's just cozy. That's the
Mhm.
best. But then why is that the best feeling ever? And as soon as I close my eyes, my alarm goes off and I wake up. What is up with that? Like, why can't I enjoy my hours of just being cozy? Why does it have to feel like 30 seconds?
Get a better bed.
No, I mean like because you fall asleep. Like I just wish like when you're sleeping you could still just feel that comfort and like for the full duration because
Yeah.
it just goes away.
I feel like that would just be
Boring.
a weird experience.
Yeah, like in a dream, and you're
Because your
just
body would
feeling.
be completely numb.
That'd be
and then you'd
weird.
be like, I feel like it'd make you paranoid. Like when your arm falls asleep and like,
Like-
you can't wake it up and it just feels really weird. Like if you felt that like throughout your whole body, it'd just be a weird feeling.
And just like if you don't move for a while and then you think about that you haven't moved for a while, it's like impossible not to move something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. But I do enjoy like the coziness and it's kind of disappointing to me that it has to go so fast.
It's life. You just
It's
have to
life.
deal with it.
Steve's
It's-
just like That's life.
You just have to deal
That
with.
clipped in every single microphone.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, just get a good bed. That would be my advice, so that it's like always comfy because you spend
What's a good mattress company
an
that can sponsor
absolutely
us?
stupid amount of time sleeping. So make it worth it.
But there's a balance, right? Because like if it's too comfortable, then all you'll want to do is lay in your bed like all day. Be a
Then don't
bum.
have it there so that once you're done with your day, then it's like,
Just
yeah, I'm going back to like
open arms.
the
and
greatest
plush.
bed of all time. Like that's
This
my bed
episode
is
is brought to you
incredible.
by-
to jump on a fairy tale cloud.
Yeah, like my bed is incredible. It's like it's a full size bed, and
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 10:30
awesome.
p.m. and Steve is getting emotional about his
He's getting
his
tired.
bed.
not really.
No. Hmm.
Also get good pillows. I sound like an old
That
person when I
is
say that.
one of the
but
most
No,
important.
pillows
things.
are very important.
Pillows are so important. Don't get your Walmart pillows. It can like really screw up like your neck and back and spine
Yeah.
and everything.
I sleep with a fan.
That's not as comfortable as a pillow.
I sleep with a fan like blowing directly at my face, like on the highest setting. And as soon as you turn that fan off, I'm awake.
It's like weird.
That's me. I have like the same thing. I don't use a fan for like I don't use a fan. I use a noise machine just cuz like I'm just used to it. And if I go without it, I freak out. And it's the same thing. If like you turn off that noise, I just immediately wake up. It's like someone made a loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's what I'm used
Yeah.
to. So
Steve's
I-
seen me wake up from turning the fan off.
Yeah, like when we went on a like the youth group went to Chattanooga. Dawson was sleeping, and then he just unplugged the fan. And he's boop.
Yep.
I just
So I told
follow.
him to wake me up.
Yeah,
Turn the fan off and I'll be
very
up.
simple.
That's
Like
super
the power will
handy.
go out in Dawson's house, and he'll wake up.
That's true. That's the worst though.
that's the worst because you wake
'Cause
up
it's
and then
like-
there's no power, so
it's
you
like
can't do
6
anything.
a.m.
Now
and it's
you're
just like, crap.
I like to fall asleep to like YouTube, which I've heard is a bad thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's not good.
But
But you do it like every day.
I like like I used to have a fan that like
Oh my gosh.
blow,
Oh my
but
gosh. Hold
I
on,
just
guys.
love
Hold on,
white
guys.
noise.
I just thought of something. You're
What?
like, I go to bed listening to you, or like watching YouTube. I plug my phone in outside of my room for like people say screens are bad for you, and also just like so it doesn't keep me up wild late. I have my Google Home Mini sitting by my bed so I can like listen to music or a podcast if I want to. I just thought we're on Spotify, boys. Play the audio show podcast.
Are we gonna listen to the audio
Will
show
it?
while recording the audio show?
Yes, rain is expected tomorrow in Michigan.
Nice.
49428.
Rain is expected.
I think I need to cut that part because it got my zip code. Yeah, shout out to Google Assistant. Anyway, go to bed watching YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, when I go to bed and I'm not doing that, then I fall asleep right away. And, you know, that's probably a good thing.
You a
But
heavy sleeper, light sleeper?
I
If I
don't know.
sneezed, would you wake up?
probably not. I don't know. Apparently I snore, though, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Especially bad when I'm sick.
It's so loud. I stayed at, well, me and Steve stayed at his cousin's house, and we were all in the living room.
I was sick at the time, to be fair.
We were all in the living room, and we were all passed out on the couches, and Steve starts snoring, and we had to get up and move all the way down the hallway into a different room, and you could still hear him.
Good job, Steve.
I get that from my parent.
Holy cow,
Mama.
it's ridiculous. But that's how you tell if he's like actually asleep or not, because he'll just start snoring.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Can't hide
I
it.
think it's very handy that you like wake up from unplugging a fan because it's like very a calm way to wake you up. If like someone's hanging with you, it's just like I don't want to like yell and get Dawson up. You just go
You just
unplug.
Done.
He's up.
I wish I could wake up that easily. My wake up is I set
So you're a deep sleeper. So you're
3 alarms, and then I have LED lights that go around the top of my room, and I set them to an alarm. So when my alarm goes off, they also go off, strobing 7 colors, and it still is hard to wake up.
Dang.
I struggle with being able to
Wake
get
up.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been half an hour, and I just realized I need to go water my arugula plant. We'll be right back after this break.
What's up, guys? We're back.
Back to what?
You guys are rude.
We're giving you a moment to like
We're
you
letting
had
you-
the spotlight, you
wanted
know.
to see where we'd
What's
go.
up,
I wanted that
guys?
to-
We're back.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Follow Instagram, Dawson.leap.
Whoa. Hey. I guess we can shameless plug each of us.
This is our
Follow Steve on Instagram.
Follow me on
That
Instagram. I post
Stella
often.
account.
I'm on there all the time, you know.
Stella
Right.
account. Follow. All right, so we were talking about actual literal dreams first half. I
Oh.
want to talk about dreams as in like aspirations.
goals.
Goals.
What do we want to do in life?
So first off, I kind of want to talk the hypothetical. Would you agree that like when we were little, people would always like be so vocal and encouraging about like do whatever you want, follow your dreams. Whoa,
Ooh.
Dawson and I just had a moment. Follow your dreams. It's just stuff like that, very like building up each other kind of thing. And then as like you go through school, high school, whatever, it suddenly becomes very less that. And I feel like it's not just like getting older and realizing that you have to do things in life, but also I just feel like we're almost in a culture that like stifles dreams, where it's like you have to go into these jobs, or you have to do this to be successful, or you have to take this standardized test which tests 4 of your subjects that might not fall into what you want to study.
I
Or
think John's
going
mad at school.
A little bit.
No beef though, no beef. I hate school. Would you guys like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think dreams are like getting pushed to follow your dreams is a big thing when you're little.
Yeah. So would you say it was like bigger when you're little, or would you say it almost is like, do you think culture is kind of moving away for that, or is it still just kind of always just like a little?
I think it's still just when you're younger, everybody tells you to follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to have a grasp on reality, but almost never to let those dreams go. Not necessarily the same ones you choose, but also the ideal kind of thing. Like, I wanted to be a chef when I was really little. I realized pretty quick that I'm not supposed to be a chef. I burnt my cereal. No, but like, I realized that wasn't it for me. But, so I'm not saying you have to like keep the same dream you had when you were 4. But on the other hand, I think it is very important not to get caught so up in the, whether it's like the educational or the workforce machine, that like you just feel like you have a one-track mind. I think it is very important to still realize that like we do have a limited number of days on this earth, and like follow your dreams.
Yeah, like you don't want to get stuck doing something that you hate and don't like when you could possibly be doing something that you, I mean, even like if you don't mind doing something else, like it's not like as bad as the other thing that you're doing.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of like the very successful people are the ones who followed their dreams, not the ones who felt like they had to go. So it's kind of weird to me that like in life it feels like life is just kind of pushing you in like a one track kind of thing. You know, go through this school, learn these things, get one of these jobs, do this, live your life like this, blah blah blah. But then also just seeing that like the people that make it are like the ones who kind of are out of the box and followed their dreams. I think it's interesting, but I'm interested to know what was your guys' like childhood dreams. Steve,
I wanted to be an architect
why?
because I liked looking at cool houses. And
That's fair.
then, yeah. Also, that got amplified by playing Minecraft when I was like 12 or something. I don't remember.
Very
Whenever it
architecturally
came out.
advanced game.
Yeah. And then, yeah, now I know that I don't want to do that because I leave it to people much more creative than I am. Like Jake.
Jake.
But, yeah. The architect for sure was something that sounded really fun, and then turned out it wasn't that fun for me.
Did you like start getting into it or like try any?
Once I learned that it required a ton of math, and then I started looking at all the math it required, and I was like,
Another time.
I'm good. Nothing against math, but I could just not. That'd be good.
I could just not. I wanted to be a race car driver.
Yeah.
Yep.
What stopped?
You want to go fast?
I want to go fast.
I want to go fast. Sometimes I see Dawson driving and I think he is a race car.
I'm the best driver out of the whole friend group, and you can ask anybody that.
Yeah.
Better than
Sure.
Caleb for sure.
Well, you could take Caesar and put him in front of a steering wheel, and he'd probably be better than Caleb.
That's true. Yeah. No, I just the time and money and the danger in it is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's strange to me because I have a friend who is a race car driver. Joe. He's pretty cool. I was gonna say your last name, Joe, but you know who you are. It's just I saw like the first time I saw like that he actually is like a race car driver, like he legitimately has a race car that he races because that's what you do. It was just like whoa, like he's actually doing that. Like it's just such like it kind of more of like even just like the culture like almost like pushing away those. It just seemed like such a disconnect to me, like race car driver. That just seems like completely foolish.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, whoa, he actually did it. Like you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it for sure. But like I was more into like rally cars, like rallycross and all that. And rallycross is just stupid expensive and very, very.
Dawson's kind of like
I'm fidgeting.
with the mic arm, which I don't know if that's getting feed through. If not,
I doubt it.
did you just have one? Just a race car driver?
Yeah, just wanted to be a race car driver.
Then just over time it went away, and here you are making the dopest art on this side of the Mississippi.
I don't know about that.
I think it's pretty cool. How about you, Steve? That was the only child dream? You didn't go into any phase?
I wanted to be a wizard.
I want to be
Seeing
an
as that's
architect.
not
That didn't
real.
work out. Let me be a wizard.
I wanted to be a dragon.
I wanted to be Gandalf, so
Which one, though?
the white.
The white.
Only because he was more powerful, not because of anything
Nobody
else.
had to read into that until you.
Until Dawson started laughing.
Man. Yeah,
It's not my
that'd be
fault.
dope. It'd be really neat to be Gandalf. Mainly for the facial hair, but also the wizard abilities. Be pretty fun.
Think about the hat. The hat.
Yeah.
is
Yeah, hat's
Incredible.
totally worth it.
Does it come with the job, or do you think
ride
you
on
had to?
eagles.
I think you
buy
have to
that?
get to a certain point